back to my YouTube channel, guys. I got Odin here. He just came to say hello. All right, go, come on. Today I want to talk about sobriety and grief. Normally I come on here and I have some kind of nugget of wisdom or advice, something to kind of tell you how I did it. This time I don't have any advice. I just want to share my story of how I went through this. If you've kind of watched any of my videos or even just you know a little bit about my life, my sister was like 2 years younger than me. We were very close. I was just 5 months sober when she died. So it wasn't like I had a year or two under my belt and I felt really, you know, like, oh, I'm good. I'm going to be able to do this. It was really still like new for me. And I would still talk to my sister a lot about it. You know, there's a reason they call it an Irish wake. That's usually how my family handles the passing of a family member. We do it with my grandfather, my grandma, my great grandma. Every time like someone passed, it was like I wouldn't call it a party, but there was definitely a lot of drinking going on. And you know, that's kind of like how my family grieves. And I feel like I've seen that in like a lot of other families too. I don't think it's kind of common. You know, that's how my family grieved. So when my sister passed and I was down in Cincinnati, you know, I was down at my parents' house for almost 2 weeks, you know, from the time she went to the hospital until like, you know, a couple days after the funeral. And it was just everywhere. There was alcohol. I mean, all around me. Everyone's drinking. And you know, that's just how they were grieving. You know, like my dad, I don't think I've ever seen him, you know, that intoxicated before and that heartbroken. You know, my dad's a pretty quiet man, so to see him that hurt and in that much pain was hard. Like first test of like, can I really make it? Because I lost one of the most important people in my life, you know, like my best friend. Like, I held on to her legacy because she was an advocate of, you know, sober living, and she helped me get to this part. And I was just like, I can't let her down. I can't let my boyfriend down. I can't let my family down. I need to stick to this. And it was the hardest thing. And the thing about someone dying is the first 2 weeks, you know, you're surrounded by friends and family. Everyone's reaching out to you and you're just like surrounded by love. And it's amazing. But you know, after a while, people stopped reaching out, you know, people stopped coming by, and then everyone had to go home. You know, all the family that came into town, they all have to go back to their lives. And it almost leaves, you know, I even hated leaving my mom's because house felt so empty, and it was like her gone was more evident more than ever. And I went home and I cried for a few weeks, and I slept a lot. I just would come home from work and I'd just go to bed, just sleep. I would sleep all afternoon and then wake up for a little bit and then I go back to sleep for the rest of the night. And it was pretty bad for the few weeks. I didn't know if I was gonna, I honestly don't think I would have gone back to the drinking, but I definitely was in a depressed state. And I remember joking a couple of times because I would say things like, because one of the signs like I noticed like something was off was my boobs kept hurting, and I kept joking like, oh my God, my sister gave me her boobs as a parting gift, or maybe I'm pregnant, ha ha ha. I had gone to the doctor and they were just running some blood tests. I just wanted them to check a few things, and they called me the next day and they were like, so you're pregnant. And I was just like, oh my God. And that was it. I had to pull it together. It was hard. There were some days where I just wanted to just sleep, and you know, I didn't want to eat, but I had to force myself to eat at that point because I was carrying a child. I had to take care of myself. There was no option. There was no like just let myself go and be sad and mourn, and you know, I couldn't. I had to keep going and I had to push on. I believe in my whole heart that that was a little bit of my sister watching down, keeping on him, because I was only 8 weeks pregnant, or actually I was barely, I think it was like barely 6 weeks pregnant when I found out. So I was really freshly pregnant. My sister being like, you know what, it's my time, but like, you're gonna need something to love, or you're gonna need someone to just heal your hearts, like heal my family. And Maze has been that. Maze has healed me. I miss my sister every day, but she healed me. And, you know, my relationship with my boyfriend's been stronger since then. You know, I've had him in my life. Also, a friend of ours, she's been in some of my videos, my friend Amy, she has really been like a sister to me. Like when comfort of a sister, like where you're not really trying to put on like, oh hey, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to annoy you. You know, like I don't care if I'm annoying you, answer the phone. And I found that in Amy. And I think that was partly my sister too. Like I feel like she helped push me and Amy's relationship even further, because she knew, I was like, listen, I can't be there and be your sister and be that person for you anymore, but this person is going to love you like a sister. And I 100% believe that God put those things in motion, God and her. So again, like, it's sometimes so mind-blowing to think about like the math on like when I was pregnant and when my sister passed. Like it was pretty much that week that I think of it kind of crazy. So I don't know, I just wanted to kind of get on here and share like with my sister's birthday just kind of coming by. It's been on my mind a lot, and you know, you guys are kind of like my little diary at this point. So, well, that's really all I have for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Have a good night.